Hello, this is What's New in Metalcasting Skills Training, Episode 2. I'm Shelley Duttler, the Director of Education at AFS Institute. The Institute is the educational arm of AFS, providing skills training to the metalcasting industry. We have two primary formats for training: instructor-led, which is the traditional classroom-style instruction, and e-learning. I will be giving you a glimpse of the latest activities in both. In this episode, I'm going to discuss the Institute's approach to bridging the skills gap and provide you with a window into the classroom to see how that's being accomplished in our instructor-led training. I'll also highlight the 4 courses offered at the Metalcasting Congress in April. I'll discuss a list of e-learning modules that we have added to the existing catalog and give you a sneak peek of coming attractions in March, and finally, provide details on your options for finding additional information and registration. First and foremost at the Institute, we focus on changing behaviors. Our subject matter experts and industry experts identify specific skills that are needed for a particular job or subject that will improve the employee's efficiency and on-the-job satisfaction, leading to improved quality for the organization. Professional adult learning instructional designers turn those skills into teachable learning objectives. Objectives are used to focus technical content to support the skills learning in a hands-on, engaging, safe environment. Recently, we took the Gating and Riser 101 course to a company designing tools for metal casting production. This time, the classroom wasn't located here at AFS headquarters. It was at their facility to accommodate 10 employees working through their journeyman program. The students were able to test out their new skills while receiving feedback from their peers and the course facilitators. While the location may change, the curriculum and activities remain constant to provide the same high-quality level of skill development. All the Institute courses can be offered as in-plant trainings, which provide immediate impact, high value, and unbiased skills training. It's convenient since the employees don't travel. We still bring all the professionally developed hands-on engaging activities that develop and reinforce the skills. Because the training's at your facility, the skills can be put to use immediately and often under the guidance of the facilitator. The Institute is offering 4 courses at AFS in Schaumburg in March and 2 courses in the Foundry Lab at the University of Wisconsin in Platteville. Both Copper 101 and Copper 201 melting will be held at Platteville and will be facilitated by Mahi Sahu, a consultant to the industry, and Lee Omer from H. Kramer & Company. Copper 101 provides a comprehensive foundation of the processes, treatments, and practical applications of copper casting, and walks the participant through decisions that affect the final product cost. It's a great foundational course for anyone designing or buying copper castings. Copper Melting 201 is a Foundry Laboratory course introducing the principles and best practices of copper melting and pouring for use in producing high-quality casting. Topics include furnace types and uses, charged materials, melt practices, and tests for melt quality. The other 4 courses in March are here at our classroom in Schaumburg. Green Sand Molding 101 will be facilitated by Saram Ravi from the University of Northern Iowa's Metalcasting Center and will introduce students to the green sand molding process. Discussion will include basic terminology, types of sands used, the mold making process, using and maintaining equipment, and considerations for identifying green sand mold related casting defects. Benefits to taking the No-Bake Mold and Core Making 201 course include obtaining a higher level of working knowledge about sand molding and core making processes. Tom Cobbett, facilitator, will provide detailed information about various types of sand and binders, their handling and usage, and how they work together. It's an excellent opportunity for hands-on practice, and provide students with time to walk through the decision-making process for evaluating quality assurance issues related to sand and raw materials, equipment, and binders. Casting cost estimating is a critical factor in ensuring a manufacturing company continues to acquire customers and be profitable. And estimates are predictions of what the company thinks it will cost to produce a product. This course examines the various cost components and methods used to arrive at an accurate estimate of the production cost. It also provides information on common traps in casting estimates and ways to avoid those traps. Casting cost estimating provides costing skills for both casting buyers and casting suppliers. The mixed audience gives participants an opportunity to learn the other's perspective. The facilitators, Dr. Sudesh Kannan and Doug Dulmer, have developed activities to support a greater in-depth knowledge and skills development in the cost estimation process. I particularly enjoy this course as the two facilitators have devised new activities for the students to experience cost traps in the classroom, to make good decisions and understand the ramifications of those in the classroom rather than in production. This is the very first offering of the brand new Permanent Mold Thermal Management course. Permanent mold tooling is expensive, and it's one of the few constants in a production facility. So it's very important to design the tool correctly the first time and design it for optimal tool life. This course provides essential information on key factors that affect the thermal profile in a permanent mold during the process. Facilitators Ted Shorn from NK and Randy Orline from Carly Foundry will provide students with skills for permanent mold design techniques that focus on ensuring product quality. Technical concepts in this course were also highlighted in the February issue of Modern Casting magazine. The 121st AFS Metalcasting Congress is in April 24th through 27th in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The Institute is bringing 4 courses to the Congress this year. The always popular half-day, Identifying the Correct Casting Defect, will be offered on April 25th. Dr. Sudesh Kannan will facilitate the learning of defining the 10 steps to identification, as well as giving students tools for better communication. Anyone who's ever worked with the metal casting that has ever had a defect can benefit from this course. Casting material properties is offered in the morning of April 25th, and I have the privilege of facilitating this course. The Casting Material Properties course is heavily geared towards those students who have a good grasp on basic casting alloy properties and are looking for how the production process will influence the resulting properties in casting performance. We spend time talking about the influence of casting geometry and the decisions that a foundry may need to make to produce a casting that meets the specified quality requirements, and the impact of those production choices on the casting properties. Virtual casting process is offered on April 26th and will be facilitated by Dave Charbowski, retired from Caterpillar. He guides the students along the path from the beginning to end of metal casting production, stopping along the way to define terminology. The course will benefit anyone who needs a big picture perspective of the production process, such as casting buyers, designers, or those who work at administrative jobs in our industry. Virtual casting process and casting material properties were first offered at the Cast Expo in Minneapolis this past spring. Both courses were well received and heavily attended by casting designers. For the first time, the Institute is partnering with Women in Metal Casting, a special interest group at AFS, to bring you Building Positive Buzz, intentionally shaping your reputation through emotional intelligence. Communication and working on a team has moved to the forefront of our conversations, and not only inside your organization, but also within your suppliers and customers. So join us to learn skills that will help you manage your communication more effectively and efficiently. Go to afsinc.org homepage and click on Events and News and select Metalcasting Congress for registration details. These courses are all included with your educational pass registration. Pre-registration for classes is not required. So while you're at the Congress, also stop by the Hub to meet our e-learning project manager extraordinaire, Jennifer Morton, and myself. We're happy to converse with you about your training needs. So when you don't have time or resources for travel and you need an answer now, we offer e-learning modules between 15 and 60 minutes in length. These modules are developed to teach 1 or 2 new skills through a self-guided, yet still interactive learning environment. The courses are hosted on the AFS Institute's Learning Management System, which provides you with electronic transcripts for all your e-learning achievements. Recently, we've added 10 new modules for aluminum, copper, and steel alloys, cold box, and no-bake mold, and core making. These are great additions to the existing 20 modules in our e-learning catalog. There's one module available for aluminum alloys. The alloys module covers the various mechanical and physical properties of aluminum that make it the casting alloy of choice. You'll be able to describe the principal properties of aluminum, explain how to classify an aluminum alloy using the Aluminum Association Designation System, and identify the different alloying elements of aluminum. There are 3 modules available for copper alloys. Casting copper alloys explores the UNS system for copper. You'll be able to identify different types of copper alloys and identify the different alloying elements in copper casting. Casting Copper Applications module explores numerous mechanical and physical properties regarding copper alloys. You'll be able to describe the principal properties of copper and its uses, and describe and identify copper alloys suited to specific applications. Copper Casting Production explores the different melting and molding methods used at copper metal casting facilities. This module will also look at copper safety practices. There are 3 modules also available for steel. Steel Alloys module explores how steel is made and identify the difference between cast iron and steel. You'll also identify the different types of steel alloys and explain the different properties. You'll be able to explain the chief properties and types of steel as well as what distinguishes it from cast iron. Steel Production module describes the main principles and features of the metal casting and molding processes. Introduction to Steel Heat Treatment module describes the various heat treatment processes and procedures. The last 3 additions that we have currently are sand molding, no-bake process, cold box, and methylene blue clay test. The no-bake molds and core making process module will explain why we use no-bake molds, identify basic terminology, and identify the importance of work time and strip time. Cold box core making process defines the cold box core making process, identify terminology, and identify various benefits or factors to using the cold box process. We just launched the first of 13 sand testing modules. Our first module is the MB clay test, which helps you measure the amount of live active clay present in a sample of molding sand. Jennifer is busy working with subject matter experts and other instructional designers to develop new modules. Soon to be released are new modules for aluminum, steel, sand testing, no-bake, and cold box. In aluminum, soon to be released are casting applications and casting production. The applications module will help you identify aluminum alloys suited to specific applications. The aluminum casting production module will help you identify common melting methods for aluminum and common molding methods for aluminum. Steel casting quality requirements and inspections is the next module to be released for steel, and in that module you'll be able to identify industry requirements and standards for inspections and weld repairs, and be able to describe features of chemical and mechanical testing. As I mentioned, we're on the path to release 13 new AFS sand test modules, and these are a list of those that should be released in the near future. Sand sampling methods, Sivanalis and GFN, AFS clay, compactability, pH, acid demand value of sand, or ADV, permeability, and moisture and LOI. The last on the agenda for the near future are chemically bonded mold making and core making modules for cold box core making components, no-bake materials and equipment, and chemical binder handling safety requirements. The AFS Institute has one central location where you can find out more information on everything I talked about here. Click on Education and Careers and locate the first 5 options on the menu. AFS Institute provides more details for the general information about our department. E-learning shows the latest in modules and directions for getting signed up with a subscription program. Classroom Skills Training will link you to all the Institute courses grouped by category. Our educational calendar is a short link to the AFS Community Hub giving you a list of the courses on the schedule. And lastly, in-plant training will list benefits to you for bringing the instructor-led training to your facility and information on how to request a quote. The AFS Community Hub is your direct link to scheduled course events and registration and individual e-learning modules. This is your place for instant gratification for the latest AFS events and products, and you can register or purchase those products on your own at any time. Or, if you want to talk with someone about sending multiple people for training or are very interested in the e-learning and library subscription program you may have already heard so much about, please call us. Customer service 847-824-0181. Thank you, and my contact information is shown there. If you need additional information or have questions, please feel free to email me. I'm Shelley Duttler, Director of Education for the AFS Institute.